Hello everyone, it is my sixth YouTube video class on functions of Reserve Bank of India. Before discussing about the functions of Reserve Bank of India, I would like to give you information regarding the various textbooks of economics written by me. This is my first textbook. It is prepared as per the revised syllabus of Akmadevi Women's University Vijayapura, and it is prepared for BA 4th and become 3rd semester in Kannada medium. And it is my second textbook. It is prepared as per the revised syllabus of Akmadevi Women's University Vijayapura, and it is prepared for become 2nd semester in English medium. And it is my third textbook. It is prepared as per the revised syllabus of Akmadevi Women's University Vijayapura, and it is prepared for become 4th semester in English medium. And it is my fourth textbook. It is prepared as per the revised syllabus of Akmadevi Women's University Vijayapura, and it is prepared for BA 4th semester and become 3rd semester in English medium. All the four textbooks are with me. If anyone wants to buy it, send your address or mention your address in the comment box. Later on, I will send books by speed post. Thank you for your supporting. Thank you for your encouraging. Thank you for your guiding to write more books in future. Let us come to the point. As all of you know, this is my sixth YouTube video class on functions of Reserve Bank of India. This YouTube video class mainly focuses on the functions of Reserve Bank of India only. Before discussing about the functions of Reserve Bank of India, it is essential to know the brief introduction about the RBI. So brief history about the Reserve Bank of India and the meaning of RBI. Later on we will discuss about the functions of Reserve Bank of India. Nowadays, every country has a central bank. It is called by different names in different countries. India has also central bank. It is called as Reserve Bank of India, and it was established on April 1st, 1935. England has also central bank. It is called as Bank of England. It was established in the year 1694. America has also central bank. It is called as Federal Reserve System. It was established in 1913. France has also central bank. It is called by Bank of France. It was created in 1800. Sweden also, it has also central bank. It is called as the Risk Bank. It was established in the year 1656. Sri Lanka has also central bank. It is called as Central Bank of Sri Lanka. It was established in the year 1950. Japan has also central bank. It is called as Bank of Japan. It was established in the year 1882. Thailand has also bank of central bank. It is called as Bank of Thailand. It was started in the year 1942. We have also central bank, means India has also central bank. It is called as Reserve Bank of India. It was established on April 1st, 1935 and nationalized on January 1st, 1949. The headquarter of the Reserve Bank of India is situated at Mumbai. RBI has four regional offices. They are situated at Chennai, Mumbai, Kolkata, and Delhi. The first governor of the Reserve Bank of India was O. Smith. The first Indian governor of the Reserve Bank of India was C.D. Deshmukh. Present governor of the Reserve Bank of India is Shaktikant Das. He is the 25th governor of RBI. And along with him, other four deputy governor governors also they are working with him. The four deputy governors are BP Konongo, NS Vishwanathan, Mahesh Kumar Jain, and Michael Patra. Brief history of Reserve Bank of India. So it was set up, means Reserve Bank of India was set up on the recommendation of the Hilton Young Commission. So based on the Hilton Young Commission recommendation, the government of India established the Reserve Bank of India. It was started as shareholder bank with a paid up capital of 5 crores. Initially it was located in Kolkata, means RBI's first headquarter is situated at Kolkata only. Later on it was moved to Mumbai in the year 1937. Initially it was privately owned. RBI was privately owned. Since 1949, the RBI is fully owned by the government of India. So it means that before that, before 1949, it was owned by the private peoples. When it was nationalized, then it was owned by the government of India. So let us discuss about the meaning of central bank. In general view, the central bank may be defined as the apex banking. Apex banking means central bank is the main banking, and it is the monetary institution. Monetary institution means the institutes which deals with the money, it is called as monetary institution, whose main function is to control, regulate and stabilize the banking and the monetary system of the country in the national interest. The institutes which control the banking and monetary system, it is called as central bank, means RBI. The institute which regulate the banking and the monetary system of the country, it is called as central bank, means RBI. The institute which stabilize the banking and the monetary system of the country, it is called as central bank, means RBI. So central bank means it is the main banking, it is the head of all the banks. The institute which control the supply of money, it is the RBI, it is the central bank. So next, the important part of this YouTube video class is the functions of Reserve Bank of India. The following are the important functions of the central bank. First one is the issue of notes. It has the monopoly of note issue in the country. It issue different types of currency notes except 1 rupee notes and different coins, which are issued by Ministry of Finance and circulated through Reserve Bank of India. It means that RBI, it issues the different types of currency notes except 1 rupee note and different types of coins. The one rupee notes and different types of coins are issued by the Ministry of Finance, and these are circulated to only Reserve Bank of India. The Reserve Bank of India adopted the MRS for the note issue. MRS means minimum reserve system. Since 1957, it maintains gold and foreign exchanges reserves of rupees 200 crore, of which at least rupees 115 crore should be in gold. There is no limit to the issue of notes after keeping this minimum amount of rupees 200 crore in gold and foreign securities. And the next function is bankers to the government. The second important functions of the Reserve Bank is to act as a banker, agent and advisor to the government. As a banker to the government, the central bank keeps the deposits of the central and state governments and makes payment on behalf of governments. Here, central bank, it keeps the deposits of the central government and also it keeps the deposits of the all the state governments, and it makes payment on the behalf of central government on the behalf of all the state governments. So it means that here it acts as a banker to the government and as an agent to the government, manages the public debt of the government and receives taxes, fines, fees and other payments from the public on behalf of government. So here RBI means central bank, it manages the public debt of the central government and all the state government, and it receives the taxes of the government, it receives the fees of the government, it receives the fines of the government and other payments from the public on the behalf of central government and state government. As a financial advisor, The central bank tenders useful advice to the government on matters related to economic and monetary policy. Here, central bank it provides the financial advices to the government, either it is central government or state governments, on matters related to different types of policies, either it is economic policy or monetary policy. And third important functions of the Reserve Bank of India is that is the bankers bank. The central bank acts as the bankers bank in three different capacities. One is it acts as the custodian of the cash reserve of the commercial banks. Every commercial bank has to keep a certain percentage of its liability with central bank and also with itself in the form of CRR and SLR. Here CRR means it refers to the portion of the total deposits of commercial banks which it has to keep with the RBI in the form of CRR. SLR means it refers to that portion of the total deposits of the commercial bank which it has to keep with itself. So here central bank, the main functions of the central bank is it controls the credit through changes in both CRR and SLR. So this will help the central bank to maintain liquidity and stability in the banking system. Second is act as the lender of the last resort. So here this means that if the commercial banks are not able to secure financial accommodation from other sources, then as a last resort, they can approach the central bank for the necessary credit facilities. The central bank in such a case will be prepared to grant accommodation to the commercial banks against eligible security. And finally, it is the bank of central clearness, settlement and transfer. As it keeps the cash balances for all commercial banks, it is easier and convenient for commercial banks to settle each other's debts or transfer funds from one bank to another through central banks. And next functions of the RBI is that is the controller of credit. So here commercial banks only create the credit, then it is controlled by RBI only, central bank only. Here central bank control the credit which is created by the commercial banks. Through controlling the credit, it maintains the economic stability in our country. How it controls the credit? It controls through two methods, that is quantitative and qualitative methods, means qualitative and quantitative techniques. And next function of the RBI is publishes economic statistics and other useful information. Here RBI it collects the data related to the different sectors of the economy, and all these data publishes through its reports, and these data which are helps to the governments, which are helps to the businessmen in formulating the proper investment and business policies. And next functions of the RBI is agency of economic growth. Country's economic development, it's mainly depends upon the development of primary sector, secondary sector and service sector. So development of the primary sector, secondary sector and service sector, it's mainly depend upon the availability of credit in the economy. So here RBI means central banks provides the credit facilities at a cheap rate to the different sectors for the economic development. So by providing the credit facilities at a cheap rates, so it promotes the economic growth. So that's why RBI means central bank, it is an agency of economic growth. Next one is the financial stability. It maintains the financial stability. How it maintains the financial stability? Through maintaining stability in terms of the rate of interest. So this stability arises from the different functions of the central bank. And last functions of the RBI is, that is the foreign exchange management. So here it maintains the stability in terms of the foreign exchanges. It supervises and regulates it through the provisions of the Foreign Exchange Management Act. So this act was introduced in the year 1999. Based on this act, the RBI means central bank, it maintains stability in terms of the foreign exchanges. It buys and sells the different types of foreign currencies through this act only. So besides the above noted functions, the central bank performs many other functions, like they are issuing of licenses, and it engages in research, and it also acts as an agent of the IMF and World Bank. So it means that finally we come to know that country's economic development, it's mainly depend upon the development of primary sector, secondary sector, and service sector. Development of these three sectors, it's mainly depend upon the availability of credit facilities in the economy. So here RBI, it helps us in order to providing the credit facilities at cheap rates to the different sectors for their development. So it means that here central banks plays an important role in the country's economic development by performing these functions. Thank you.